All right, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I hope that everyone is well. Everyone's having a nice festive day so far. And for us sports fans, the best part of the day is about to start cooking up. We have two games on the slate tonight. As we know, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens game has been postponed from today till Sunday due to some COVID tests, positive COVID tests at that. We also saw that the head coach from the Ravens also tested positive for coronavirus. So it could be a situation where they're going to be down a lot of players in Baltimore. But just so you guys know, um, today for fantasy or for daily sports, you're not going to see guys like Mark Andrews in. And you have to understand how that's going to affect your lineup and what you're going to be able to do in order to, hit this $1 million on Thanksgiving. So it's a nice little way of doing it. So let's just take a quick look here and see what we got going on now. With the two games going, it's going to be interesting. And see, this is something that I was interested to see in how they did. If you take a look back, if you go back one screen, um, my lineup was set. I have guys like Chase Claypool in, I have James Conner, and I have Mark Andrews in. But when I go to my actual lineup just to see what's up, all these players are automatically removed. So there's going to be no getting around the system where maybe you keep some of your Ravens guys in and they still accumulate points the day after. That doesn't look like it's going to be a possible scenario today. So you're definitely going to want to just make sure that your lineups are all set properly. Just for the two games, I do like it a little bit more now because it's only two games. I feel like when you have smaller schedules or smaller amount of games played, you have a better chance to win because there's less people pulling wild cards. Like there's always those guys that are minimal cost that end up really killing people that random people like 1% 2% have, and those are always the guys that end up killing you. So for me, I'm just going to break down a quick little lineup, touch over some inactives, actives, and all that good stuff. From the beginning, it looks like Terry McLaurin is going to be set to play. I think that's a guy that a lot of people have been questioning. He's one of the best players that's going to be playing today. For me, Scary Terry is an automatic start, someone that I definitely want to have on my team and in my lineup. Another player that if you're telling me who do you want to start, who would you get? 100%, I want Deshaun Watson. He is the best quarterback rolling today. If we're talking about Matt Stafford, Andy Dalton, Alex Smith, none of these guys I like or trust. Alex Smith could be a decent play just because he's 2,000 less than Deshaun Watson. But I feel like with this pool that we have, saving money really isn't something that you need to do since there's a lot of good value options on the table. So Deshaun Watson to me is the play. Matt Stafford last week didn't look that great. Matt Stafford's not going to have Swift or Galladay this week. So those are two big guys that you want to make sure that you have out of your lineup. Kenny Galladay and Swift. Just because they will not be active today. I was going through Roto World for the inactives, actives. I see Kenny Stills is out. I see Swift and Galladay is out. I didn't see anything in regards to McLaurin, so I'm assuming that we have all systems go here. See Jim Harbaugh tested positive for COVID. We got Larry Fitzgerald out with the positive COVID test. So we're starting to see a lot of things filtering in as far as more players testing positive. So this is really a time in season long where your depth is going to be tested. And daily, the good thing is you're able to make those pivots. And if you understand who's going to be getting the bulk of the attention or the bulk of the volume, you'll be able to make a decent play for your week. Now, looking right here at running backs, the number 2 running back is Antonio Gibson, who at 6,800 is really a value. Then we're seeing some other guys here. Duke Johnson should be the starting running back this week for the Texans. He didn't log many carries. Texans making it rush 4 times. Yeah. Deshaun Watson is definitely the guy to go with today. On the season is averaging fewer than 2.8. Jeez. So Duke Johnson has not been good this year. Like he's just not even someone that he's someone that could possibly go off today, but I just wouldn't trust it. The situation, Peterson is slated to start Thanksgiving with Swift sidelined for a second game. 30. Hasn't reached double dish rushes in 4 straight games. His last good game was versus Jacksonville. He could maybe have some Thanksgiving upside. Um, I think though the I'm definitely want to roll with the Texans defense just because I feel like the Lions offense right now might be the worst of them. But Washington's defense is actually pretty solid though. It's the best defense on the board. There's potential, but it's not a slam dunk. Yeah, you know what? Let's roll. Let's roll with the Washington defense. So we got two players from Washington. Tight end wise, I think it's a no brainer for me. TJ Hawkinson is no doubt tight end for today. Obviously, someone else can score and really ruin shit, but he would be the guy. Jordan Atkins would be the second guy that I'd be looking at. Just for the mere fact that we know that Cobb is going to be out. Kenny Stills is going to be out. Kiki QT actually is someone that's interesting to me this week. Even maybe running both wide receivers over there is interesting. But this isn't like a must-win game for Houston because they're pretty much out of it. So I don't really know what kind of offensive game plan are they going to come out with. Because it's the holiday, they may come out just running and gunning, trying to score points and trying to run up the score. So I do think that that's a possibility. Again, that's why I'm running with a quarterback like Watson. So now let's do a quick little take at wide receiver. At wide receiver, I'm definitely going to take Terry McLaurin as well as Will Fuller. So that's his number one wide receiver. So that's two. And then I'll probably roll I'm going to roll with Brandon Cooks because I have him in another league. So I got the three best wide receivers that are playing today on my team. Cooper, I'm not going for just because I don't trust him. And that's a scary situation with Andy Dalton at quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. It's just not something that I'm looking forward to or I'm looking at. Running backs, man, it's hard to play Zeke just because he hasn't 7.9, 7.8, 5.68. Those are his last 4 games. So his last 4 games before last week. So 4 of his last 5 games, including the 4 games before last week, he had been underperforming. Minnesota, he did really well. I just think with all this cash that I have, it's hard for me not to take Elliott. And then it's hard for me not to take Gibson because Gibson has been balling. Like if you look at Gibson's numbers over the last few games, he's been 16, 20, 11, 18, 7.5, 7.6, 20. But he's really seemed to taking command and control of this backfield. So it's definitely someone I feel comfortable playing today. So I have salary remaining 3,400 for flex. I mean, my God, how much can I get for flex? I may be too expensive right now. I may be too expensive. 3,400. Shoot, I'm too expensive. All right, so I gotta do something here to lower my costs. What can I do to lower my costs while still keeping a dynamic team? Well, who would I want for flex? Who would I want for flex? JD McKissick is interesting. Adrian Peterson. Randall Cobb is out. Atkins is out. Kerryon Johnson. Kerryon Johnson, man. Talk about totally untrustable. CJ Procise. What were you doing lately? Nothing. Man, this is gonna be tough. I just don't know. I don't know what to do. I got one. Where can I cut costs? It's 8 minutes to go. So I mean, I guess Zeke would be the one that has to go in order to make this work. And then at running back, I got Gibson. I need 59. I mean, I guess it would just make most sense to go with JD McKissick, go with the dual backfield there, and then rock with an AP. But I mean, let's see what else is there. CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is interesting. He is scores upset. What was his stats though? 4 catches for 34 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown he caught last week was insane, but I just don't know. It's a tough situation. He gets 71 before that, 27. I mean, I think he has a better shot to be good than than AP, but the problem is we're starting the defense over there. But I mean, if he gets yards and no touchdowns, it's still good. So I think this is the way we'll rock. Only $100 left, so it came out pretty good. Everything from the reports that I'm reading here is that Terry McLaurin did have no issues, and so far it looks like he's going to be a lock to start. So that's someone that you don't have to worry about taking out of your lineups. Yeah, no new updates, no new anything. Let's take a quick look here if Woj got anything. Nope. All right. So I mean, I think we're good for today's slate. Everything. Oh, Duke Johnson's trending. What's what that's about? Yeah. Yeah. See, this can't be me. At least in daily, we have a shot to pick who we take. But yeah, I think we're good. We're totally set up for Magic. I feel like this is our week. So far, if you just look at our little history here on the entries, we've been pretty close in the last couple of them. Best ball, I've been destroyed. I've between Sanders being hurt all the time. The quarterback situation for me sucked because I ended up with Baker Mayfield, Jones. I ended up having Edelman. Just not a good look for me in the best ball. But I don't get how this works with the streak because the last 2 weeks I've hit. So I'm just not sure how that breaks down or what's going on. But um okay, where November? Do I have all my Novembers? So yeah, 160 streak eligible. See, like see, I've won a couple of these streaks, but I'm just not sure how it breaks down or how I stay into it or whatever. And you see, I've been steadily dropping in basketball, just because my team's gone to hell with all the injuries. But overall, last month wasn't that great. I won 18 and pretty much bet 4, 8, 16. I lost like $3 or $4. I haven't really hit anything in a while though, but I do feel like this is a good one. This is gonna be a good one. Um, See, the Thursday night game has been postponed, but they just took them all out of the lineups, which is something weird that I haven't seen. But so far so good. Just let's take a look here and see. Can I pull up the export show contests? There we go. So just a quick little breakdown on this prize pool, because this is why I love doing the FanDuel, especially on a day like today when more than likely you're not going to have a lot of players playing. It makes it more fun. It makes it a little spicy. So let's just go rules and scoring, prizes. So the prizes for this one are insane. If I'm coming in 80,000, if I'm in the top 80,000, I win double my money. So these are why I like playing these contests, because at the worst you have a shot to double up. At the best, you're looking at $500,000. So it's a nice prize pool. FanDuel is my preferred daily fantasy provider. It's the one that I feel the most comfortable on. I've had decent success on here. I've hit a couple of big wins. I haven't hit any big wins this year though, so that will be the goal going forward. I'm gonna pop a big one for you guys before the year's done. But I definitely want to thank everyone that came by and watched this live and got some information here. I just wanted to try to get on here, touch a little base, see who was on, see what was going on. But I want to thank everyone for their time. I want to say have a blessed and wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope you and your family stay safe and have a wonderful day, y'all.